changing the assumptions about why parents parent in different ways, and hence about what kinds of programs are likely to give us the biggest bang for the buck. Something that's really important is that the differences in cognitive and behavioral outcomes between advantaged and disadvantaged children are present before children begin school, and they hardly diminish at all over the school years. Children will spend only about 13% of their waking hours in schools. The key, then, to closing the gap in child outcomes as in closing the gap in what families do.
We partnered with 8 different child care sites that provided subsidized slots to low-income children in the city. And these almost 200 families whom we enrolled in the study and randomized to a treatment and control group borrowed a digital tablet for 6 weeks to use at home. And when parents opened a book on the tablet, an audio and video recording automatically began. And this was critical for us so we could have an objective measure of the amount of time that parents and children were reading together. The treatment group, those parents were asked to set a goal for the amount of time they planned and hoped to spend reading with their child using this tool. At the end of every week, the parents were shown a chart that compared their goal with the actual amount of time they had spent reading. And if the parent met his or her goal, and these were primarily mothers, they got a congratulatory message. The other group, the control group, was also allowed and invited to borrow that digital tablet for 6 weeks to use at home. They didn't get any of those messages or those interactions. They were simply told, this is a fun way to read with your child. Feel free to use this device and this app as often as you would like. And we found at the end of 6 weeks that the treatment group had read 2.5 times as much as the control group. The treatment impact was a full standard deviation. So in the world of parenting interventions, this is pretty much off the charts in terms of treatment impact. We believe that the behavioral tools that we used were able to overcome the procrastination that often gets in the way of engaging in particular behaviors that arises from present bias.
It's often hard to resist gratification now in the aid of a reward later. This is an example of what's known as present bias. And for a variety of reasons, disadvantaged adults may be more prone to present bias, and the costs of present bias may be greater for disadvantaged adults.
We should know that parents who do not read to their children are no less likely to care for their children, and they're no less likely to believe in the importance of reading with their children. They just procrastinate more.
We believe that helping parents adapt to the biases is central to promoting parent engagement and parents and children's success.